We're on the northwest coast of Tasmania. This is Moriarty. This is my father's farm, Shane, and on here we do everything from carrots, onions, spuds, beans, broccoli, yeah, everything in between. Every day here is different, no 2 days the same, but it's pretty good that it's never boring. My name's Caitlin Radford and I'm a 5th generation farmer from Moriarty on the northwest coast of Tasmania. A jack of all trades, master of none, but yeah, sort of a farm hand for Dad, and then yeah, running my own company and share farming with my grandfather. I'm a dressage coach, I ride horses, I create freestyle music, I do a lot of different things. I've completed a Certificate 3 in agriculture and I did that as a part-time apprentice. I'm the 2020 Australian Apprentice of the Year.
Absolutely amazing. Agriculture is perhaps not valued the same as, or seen it the same as other trades. So I think for agriculture it's absolutely amazing, and for young women in agriculture it's amazing.
This was my very first crop that I planted myself, and I've actually got my name on, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, that's definitely pretty cool for me. Sort of June last year I approached Pop, and after doing my apprenticeship with Dad I was sort of ready for something, the next challenge I guess, and yeah, started to approach Prop, and he was happy to go share farming, so he owns all the land and the machinery, and then we just split all the costs and the profit in half, which works really well.
They're starting to go off here, aren't they?
Pop's 86 now, so he's wanting to slow down, not that you would think so, because he's still going strong.
Just trying to slow down, got back to 40 hours a week. Yeah, well, remember.
He's a very strong-willed character, and I suppose that's probably where I get it from and where Dad gets it from as well. But yeah, he's amazing. He's so patient with me and has really taught me a lot, and I couldn't be where I am today without him.
She got to learn to negotiate and deal with the people, deal with the companies and deal with the contractors and all that. Very important. Women can do it today. They can do it just as easy. It's not about hard work and that today, it's about management. That's what it's about, management.
So we've got the wheat up at Pop's. We've only got 8 hectares in, which is pretty small, I guess. We're on a lot smaller acreage sort of farming here in Tassie than what you'd find on the mainland, especially for cereal crops. And then, yeah, we've got about 10 hectares of spuds and about 4.5 hectares of carrots in, which is with Pop, which is pretty exciting since my name's on the contract as well, which is awesome.
You know, let her do the negotiation, and she's done a good job. She's checked it all out, and she knows how to stick up for herself. I don't know how she fits it all in, but she does a pretty good job. She sort of knows a week ahead of what she wants to do and where she wants to go. So I think that's pretty important.
My partner and I, Owen, formed Co-Agriculture last year as our own little company, which is a bit exciting. It's been a big learning curve, and yeah, we brought the 5 shorthorn cattle last year, and they've put on 40 kilos in the last month, and they'll head to market next week. And then, yeah, we'll buy some more next year. Yeah, really happy with that. So we got them quite cheap in the scheme of things, and they'll more than double in price. So. During my diploma of agribusiness, that's all sort of the business side of things, which has helped me understand doing my BAS statements and having to pay myself super and all that fun stuff, which is pretty exciting. But just getting in as early as we can, you can never start too early, and I think the earlier I get in, the better it'll help set us up later as well. So being able to open my own accounts at the local stores and that sort of thing, which is great.
She conned her father into a pony when she was 5, because we're a non-horsey family, but she just had this desire to ride. So I had to learn bit about horses as well.
So this is Dave. He's a 17-2 warm blood. He's just turned 7. I've had him since he was 4 years old. I hopefully ride sort of 4 to 5 times a week, depending on the week and what's happening with life and everything else. Yeah, so I think growing up I always had a lot of pain in my joints, and it was always just growing pains, and the doctors never really gave me an answer. And I was at Nationals in Werribee one year and I had the most severe pain in my hip. It was so excruciating.
She was in so much pain when we were at Werribee. I went looking for the hospital, during the night, and by 10 o'clock the next morning she was in the Royal Children's Hospital, where she spent a good part of that week.
I got diagnosed with severe idiopathic rheumatoid arthritis, which is basically just rheumatoid arthritis in young people. I think if I didn't keep riding horses, I think that arthritis would have been a lot worse than it is. It gave me something to get out of bed for and something to look forward to. Every weekend Mum and I were heading off in the float somewhere, off to a competition, and yeah, that really gave me my life back. You get that focused on the horse that the pain sort of fades into the background, but yeah, sometimes it was definitely there. And through the arthritis I was actually classified as a para-athlete, so I competed in the para grades for a few years, and that was how I represented Australia on the para team that went to the UK, and we qualified Australia to go to the Rio Paralympics.
It hasn't been easy for her, yeah. But you'd never know, just gets on with it.
I think we're really lucky, like hydraulics was invented for a reason. It makes life a lot easier, and I think farming's definitely not as physical as it used to be. It's still a very physical job, don't get me wrong, but I think we can work smarter and not harder these days, and we can still get the same results and be just as effective.
She's never been told she can't do anything because she's a woman. I wouldn't like to try and tell her either. I think it's wonderful that Caitlin's blessed to have 2 great older men in her life that encourage a young woman to be involved in agriculture. Not everybody's that lucky.
Yeah, times have definitely changed so much. Like, women couldn't call themselves farmers until 1994, and I'm very lucky that I can write farmer down as my occupation now. And when my nan and Pop got married, Pop said that she couldn't leave the garden gate, like her job was in there and his job was out on the farm, and now look where I am. He's allowing me to farm with him, which was pretty cool as the first female farmer in my family especially. Dad's my biggest role model. He's so patient with me, and even when I mess up he doesn't get mad at me, so that's nice. But yeah, I definitely would not be where I am today without him, and if I can be half the farmer that he is, I'll be doing very well. Yeah, the end goal is having a big enough farm to support Owen and I, and raising our kids on the farm and giving them the same upbringing that I've had.